everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Google Sheets for ceramic tile exporters. So I'm an owner of a ceramic tile exporters business and I receive a lot of leads and inquiries by my potential customers or clients on my IndiaMART account. So now as soon as I'm going to receive a new lead, I want to add the data of that lead details in my Google Sheets to create the systematic record. And doing that manually is a very time consuming and hectic task. So to solve the problem, I have created an automation between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect without writing a single line of code. So now whenever I receive a new lead on my IndiaMART account, automatically the lead details is going to be added in my Google Sheets. And in this video, I'm going to show you the step-by-step process of how you can build the connection between these two applications. So now if you want to learn the entire process, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Google Sheets for ceramic tile exporters. So as an owner of a ceramic tile exporter business, I use IndiaMART to generate qualified leads and customers' inquiries from both domestic and international buyers. I use Google Sheets to keep my inquiries organized and easy accessible and ready to follow up by my sales team. This helps me streamline my lead management and track all the potential orders in one place. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. For that, on a new tab, I'm going to browse the website of Pabbly Connect, that is www.pabbly.com/connect. After browsing the website, Pabbly Connect's landing page is going to appear in front of you. On the landing page, you have two options, sign in or sign up for free. If you're an existing user, you can directly sign into your Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. I am an existing user, so I'm going to directly sign into my Pabbly Connect account. Then you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to use Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right over here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. And now to create a new automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this Create Workflow button. It is asking for the workflow name first, which is going to be Add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Google Sheets for ceramic tile exporters. So this is the name of my workflow. For the folder, these are the folders on my left side you can see, from which I'm going to select this workflows folder and click on this Create button to create a workflow. You can see a new workflow has been created and you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One is the trigger window, other is the action window. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step at multiple action steps. We are going to set up a trigger step first, in which my trigger application, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select it as IndiaMART. Because with the help of IndiaMART, I'm generating leads for my business. As soon as a new lead is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account, I want the trigger over here should capture the response of that. That is why for my trigger application, I've selected it as IndiaMART, and the trigger event over here is going to be new leads. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Now using the unique webhook URL and by following the steps given here below in the help desk, I'm going to build the connection between IndiaMART and Pabbly Connect. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here and log into my IndiaMART account that I want to connect. After logging in from the panel, go to this lead manager option right here. After coming to lead manager, go to menu options, select import export leads. After coming to import export leads, you have to select this option that is push API. Okay. Now you can see this API integration page is going to appear in front of you. And firstly, we need to select the source. For that, click on the drop down. The source is not provided in the option, so select the option others right here. We have to name our source first. The name of my source is Pabbly Connect. So over here, I'm going to write Pabbly Connect. And over here it is asking for the URL. For that, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us from here. I'm going to paste it right over here and click on the Save Details button. It is asking for the reason why are we activating this API. So I'm going to select the random reason and click on this button right over here. Then it is asking for the OTPs. So for the OTP over here, I'm going to write it as. So I've entered the OTP right here. Now I'm going to click on this Submit button. And you can see over here the webhook URL has now been successfully added in my my IndiaMART account. After adding the webhook URL, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. It says waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether IndiaMART is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a test lead in my IndiaMART account. And after that, I'm going to check whether automatically the trigger over here captures the response of my test lead being generated or not. Okay. Now for that, I'm going to generate a test lead through another user account. So this is the IndiaMART users account using which I'm going to generate the test lead. Okay. For that, firstly, I'm going to search for the dummy product that I've created right over here, with the help of which I'm going to generate the test lead. So I've created a dummy product over here in the name of Magnet Variant Software Technology. I'm going to search for the product. So this is the product you can see right over here. Now with the help of this, I'm going to generate a test lead. For that, I'm going to click on this contact supplier. I'm going to select this option right over here. Click on this submit button. Over here for the type, I'm going to select it as mobile. Now for the requirement over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter a query. So the query, I'm going to write it as, so this is the query right here that is looking for bulk purchase of 600 into 600 tiles for construction project in Dubai. Please share catalog and pricing. Okay. So I'm going to click on this next button, and over here for the GST number, I'm going to enter a dummy GST number and click on this submit button. It says your details are sent. So as now the test lead is successfully generated, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my workflow and check whether I have received the response of this test lead being generated in my trigger or not. So this is my workflow, and if I'm going to scroll down, yes, you can see right over here, the response has now been successfully captured. This is the query ID. You can see the subject is right over here. Status Madhya Pradesh. Lead's name is Angel. This is the mobile number of my lead. This is the mobile number of my lead. This is the email address you can see right over here. This is the company, that is test company. Country IN, that is India. City is Bhopal. Address is Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. This is the query date and time you can see right over here. And this is the explanation, the query. Looking for bulk purchase for 600 tiles for construction project in Dubai. Please share the catalog and pricing. Okay. So as you can see over here, the response of the new lead being generated has been captured in my trigger. This means that IndiaMART is connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, now as we have the leads details, I want to create this lead as a record in my Google Sheets. For that, simply I'm going to set up my action step, in which from my action application, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets right here. An action event over here is going to be add new row, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection. Then click on this sign in with Google button right here. This window is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for us to choose an account. Which account do we want to connect to Pabbly Connect? So this is the account. I'm going to select it. After selecting the account, it is asking for the access for the account. For that, I'm going to click on this allow button, as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button. And as I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. Firstly, it is asking for the spreadsheet, for which I'm going to select IndiaMART leads details. So this is the spreadsheet. I'm going to select it. And I've already created one sheet over here. So for the sheet, I'm going to select it as sheet 1. Next, it is asking for the unique query ID and all the details right over here. Now for the data of these fields, I'm going to map the data, which is inserting data from the previous step. So I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on the field, the previous step, that is IndiaMART new leads, is going to appear in front of you. As I'm going to click on it, the response that is captured in our previous step is going to appear in front of you. And over here, it is asking for the unique query ID, and this is the query ID right here. As I want to keep the record of this lead right over here, I'm going to select the data of the unique query ID from my previous response. As now I've selected the data from my previous response, this data has now been mapped. And as I've mapped this data, the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the name of my lead, I'm going to map the data of the name of my lead right over here. Then it is asking for the email address that I'm going to map. For the phone number, I'm going to map the data of the phone number of my lead. For the company, I'm going to map the data of the company of my lead right here. Then it is asking for the address. So for the address, I'm going to map the data of the address. For the city, I'm going to map the data of the city right here. This is the city. I'm going to map it. For the state, I'm going to map the data of the state. Then it is asking for the country. For that, I'm going to map the data. For the product name, I'm going to map the data of the product name that I've received right here. And for the message, I'm going to map the data of the query. Okay. So this is the query. So I have inserted all the data right here. Now I'm going to simply click on the save and send test request button given over here below. And as I've done that, I have received a response, which is a positive response. So if I'm going to open my spreadsheet, you can see automatically the record of my leads details has now been successfully created. This is the unique query ID. Name over here is Angel. This is the email address. This is the mobile number of my lead. Company is test company. Address is Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. This is the city. This is the state. This is the country. This is the product name. And lastly, over here, you can see this is the message. Okay. So as now the record of my lead has been successfully created in my Google Sheets, this means that we have successfully created this amazing automation between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done. Now whenever a new lead is going to be generated with the help of IndiaMART, automatically the trigger is going to capture the response of that, and as we have the response of the new leads details, automatically the record of the new lead details is going to be created in my Google Sheets. And in this manner, I have created this amazing automation between these two applications without need of any coding and programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect for my ceramic tiles business. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask us queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button down there.